All right, so we have just gone over some of the find requests and how to do that. Now let's actually make a button that hides jobs of a certain status. But the first thing I want to do is I want to create a status that's a status that we would want to hide. So let's create a canceled and complete status. So in our tool here, we have manage value lists, and we've got the job status as value list. And so that's how this is set up. So let's edit that. And here, probably at the very bottom, let's put canceled and complete. Okay. And then click OK. And let's just make sure they're there. There they are, canceled and complete. And so let's just pretend that this job is canceled. All right. Now we're going to go into, well, let's create a button. And we're going to need to make a little bit of room here. So we've got our navigation up here. It's not real pretty, but you guys can make your solutions look awesome, and you can show them to me. I'd love to see them. So let's move this down. I'm going to leave that up there, but I am going to create another button bar. As I said in one of my previous videos, I'm a huge fan of the button bars, even if we only have one button for now. So let's make this button say hide inactive jobs. Okay. And so canceled and complete, I would think, would be inactive. So that's one way to do it. Let's make this go all the way across, because I'll probably chop this up into multiple buttons in the future. But right now, we'll just have it do that. I'm going to double click on it and then action. And I'm actually going to have it perform a script. Okay. And I don't have a script yet. So if I click this, I can have this new script and it'll open this all up for me. And so let's call this hide inactive jobs. Okay. And so we've got a lot going on. I am actually going to go back and I'm going to click OK. And I want to show you this. This is an empty script right now. I'm going to click OK, and hitting that button will do nothing. It'll run that script, but the script is empty. Let's change it to a hand. Okay. And let's go back to the scripts and script workspace. This is where I prefer to work with the scripts. I'm going to make sure this is in the jobs folder here. Even though we only have one folder, it's good to start off early, or keeping your stuff organized. And so there's our button, and it's going to run this script. So what do we want to do? So the first thing we want to do is we want to enter find mode. Okay. And what that does is when you're in browse mode, so let me go back here to edit, or go back here to the browse mode here. When we're in browse mode, which this is browse mode, okay? It's just what you're used to working with the database in. When we enter find mode, if we click the find button or hit Control F, that enters this find mode, okay? And the difference between entering find mode and entering browse mode, in browse mode, if you edit something in a field or add some data to a field, it's you're making it permanent. So we're really adding info here, right? But in find mode, if we do that, I'm actually just creating a find search for there. So that found that job, right? So any information entered into a field in find mode is non-permanent. It's just used in making that find. I sure hope that makes sense to you guys. If not, comment below and I'll try and chime in or make another video for you. So enter find mode is the first thing we're going to want to do, and we're going to want to set the paused off. Now I can click this gear and I can go in and specify a find request and do all kinds of stuff. But honestly, that's not really a best practice. And the reason is it's going to hide all of this scripting and what's going to happen deep within these find requests here. And believe me, it's going to get awfully confusing. So the easier thing to do is we've entered find mode, and then we're going to set a field. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to set the status field to canceled. Okay. And in FileMaker, we need to put everything in any text that we're searching for, doing anything like that. We want to put it in quotation marks. And actually, FileMaker does a really good job of, if I forget to put those quotation marks there, it's warning me that it must end with quotation marks there. So canceled. Okay. And then I want to omit that. Okay. So I want to omit the cancel jobs. And then I'm going to do a new request. Okay. Since we're in find mode, it's actually a request, not a record. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put this here. And I want this to say complete. Okay. And then we've got that omit record. And then we're going to perform find. Okay. So we can debug this, run this through the debugger, and we're going to see that. And so we have all of our records here. Let's debug this script. I can debug it a couple of ways. I can click this debug button if I've got the window open that I want to perform the script on. Otherwise, I can go up to Tools and turn on the script debugger. Let's do that. And let's watch this run through. So hide inactive jobs. Click that. So perform the script as a first step. Yes, we want to do that. And so we want to enter find mode. So that's like hitting Control F. And then we want to set the field status to canceled. So there it goes. Okay. And this is a request. You can see the find request up here. That's our first request to look for any job that's canceled. And then we're going to switch it to omit. So that switches it to omit. Okay. And now we want a new request. So that's there. It's ready to go. So we created a new request. So it's kind of like creating a new record, but it's a second find request. And they actually stack right here too, because we have the jobs listed here. It gives you a nice visual. Set field to complete, or the job status field to complete. So there we go. We've created another one to complete. And then by default, it's always on include. So we're going to omit that record. Okay. And then perform find. And that's like hitting enter or hitting the perform find button up there. And you can see what's happened is it's hidden one of the jobs as we expected. And so let me click show all again. And then let's say this job is canceled. Okay. And then we have, so this is actually, since I have the script debugger running, our status log tracker is running there. So let me close the script debugger. So we have a job that's canceled. This job's canceled. Let's make this job complete just so we have both options there. Okay. And then if I click hide inactive jobs, it's only going to show me the 4 active jobs because we are omitting these 2 statuses. So I hope that's well understood for you. Finding things in FileMaker using find mode and using multiple find requests is a pretty critical part. So I encourage you to watch this video over again and definitely get in there and do this yourself. You have to understand kind of this process for using FileMaker. Even if you don't code it, just the basic concept of what's going on, you've got to understand that process. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.